Anchorman 400 here. Today we're going to talk about the petition Stop Destroying Video Games, which I'm going to give you the petition's quick info on it, and then we're going to talk about it. Stop Destroying Video Games. This initiative calls to require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European Union, EU, or related features, assets sold for video games they operate, to leave said video games in a functional, playable state. Specifically, the initiative seeks to prevent the remote disabling of video games by publishers before providing reasonable means to continue functioning said video games without the involvement from the side of the publisher. This petition is probably going to die out because it only has half the amount of petitions in it. I don't think my video is going to be pushed out to the many people in the world. I can't sign it because I'm not from the EU, but I want to talk about it because this is the last ditch effort people are trying to do. It might not be the last ditch effort, but it's close to it, to stop publishers of doing this so they can push you to play their other games, or they can make you have to pay to continue playing the game that you had just paid for. Let's give some examples. Currently, Nintendo has their Switch 2, which they can brick you from playing online stuff, and if all your games are downloaded, you cannot play them. You have to go back out and rebuy them via the cartridges at a store at the same price if you get disconnected from the online from Nintendo. This is what this petition is trying to stop. If you buy a game online, like for instance The Crew that got canceled in 2024, right? You should be able to continue to play it if it's a single player game. If it has any multiplayer, like in most survival games like Ark or Valheim or Rust or anything like that, you should be able to create your own single player server or multiplayer server via in-game like they allow you to, without it just being turned off where you can't even get into the game. If the game isn't like that and it's like, for instance, Grand Theft Auto 4, we're not going to talk about 5 because 5 has an online feature and they still use, I guess we will talk about Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 has a single player game, right? They did separate the single player and online at some point on Steam, but the issue is that it's still connected to the online. If you use cheats or mods on single player, you could be banned on your online account. Now, we'll get into pirate software now. Pirate software, I know I didn't really talk about what I was going to say about Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm just saying if it's a single player game, it should be able to be accessed whether they stop updating the online services. That's it. That's all that needs to be said. That's what this petition is about. There is and even states, I read it. It says the initiative specifically the initiative seeks to prevent remote disabling of video games by the publisher before providing reasonable means to continue functioning of said video games without the involvement of the publisher. Pirate Software, or Jason, that's his name, Jason. That's his name, by the way. His middle name is Thor, but I'm calling him Jason. Jason purposely interpreted this petition wrong. I allegedly think someone came up to him and said, talk about this petition, double down on your wrong information, and make sure nobody signs it. This is what I'm alleging. Because that is the only reason he would be doing this. Is the only reason he made those videos. That is the only reason he's doubling down. Well, that's not true. He's doubling down because he can't admit he's wrong. He's a narcissist. He is a narcissist. That I can say with a fact. I don't know this guy, by the way. I've never watched any of his stuff, but I did a little research. And you might say, oh, you're just seeing the biased research. No, when I do research, I look on both sides and I watch the videos. I could sit here and edit a 5-hour essay about pirate software like Turkey Tom would. And I would be right. What I'm saying is right. He is a narcissist. There are several moments, like when he played WoW and he made his whole raid white, and then he's complaining it wasn't him, it was everybody else. When you actually watch the gameplay and his side of the gameplay where you're watching him do his moves, you literally cannot lie when there's video proof. Just because you were a QA guy for Blizzard because dad got you a freaking job does not make you an authority figure. It doesn't make me an authority figure that I'm talking about this. But at least I'm trying to be factual about the petition. The petition just wants it so when people buy a video game on Steam, they like 5 years down the road, they go to play it again and they can't because the servers are down and it just comes up not functioning or 404. Won't get a 404 because that's a web page thing, but it's an example. It's like if you opened your web browser, went to a website and you paid for that website and it gives you a 404. That's stupid. I don't care if you're buying a license. I don't care if they changed the stupid little contract that you signed by just playing the game. It doesn't matter. Don't be an asshole. If we buy the game, that's our game. Doesn't matter what you say about it. That's what the petition is for. It's not gonna hurt anybody. It's only gonna hurt the $1 million companies because they want to fucking drain our wallets. That's all it does. What? You can't stand having $1 billion from one corner to the next. You have to have $1.1 billion. Oh, boo-hoo. Here's a small little tiny violin. I don't give a shit. I hope you go bankrupt. I'm sure another $1 billion company will come up and replace your previous $1 billion company. I'm yelling at the $1 billion companies right now, not Jason, because Jason isn't part of anything. He's just a streamer of some sort that I hear about. Before I continue ranting, all I want to say is if anybody watches this video before the petition dies and they're in the European Union, EU, sorry, I'm American, don't mind me, sign it, please. I wish I could sign it, but I can't. It is what it is. Don't listen to Jason. Jason doesn't know what he is or what he's talking about, and I guarantee you allegedly he probably was given an incentive to interpret that petition wrongly. I know the double downing is because he's a narcissist and can't say that he was wrong, but beforehand he was given allegedly something happened in the back rooms. Let's just talk about it that way. We're ending it here. That's all I'm gonna say about this. It is what it is. Hopefully people will sign it and it will get passed or whatever. But from this point on, Pirate Software no longer uses that name. He's not a captain of the Seven Seas. I revoke it as a captain of the Seven Seas myself since 2009. His name is actually Jason. Stop calling him Thor. That's just his middle name. We can do that and he can yell and scream all he wants. His name is Jason. So you can, whether he wants to be called Thor is neither here or there. His name is Jason. And he's not doing it for reasons. I'm not going to get into that. But he's not doing it for other reasons, if you know what I mean. He just wants to look cool. So call him Jason. Don't call him Pirated Software because he's probably never done it in his life, and he still doesn't do it. And he wouldn't know what archiving things is. On that note, I'm rambling now. This is Linker Man. Thank you for your time. Keep on keeping on.